It's a great day for the Carlton Football Club today. We're really pleased to announce that Mars has come on board as a naming rights sponsor to the club for a period of 3 years. We're genuinely excited about it, and it's a great thing for the club. So today's a real turning point for us in the season 2010, and we're looking forward to a long and prosperous partnership with Mars. So that's what I wanted to announce, and I'll just pass on to Peter to just give you a bit more detail about Mars and everything that happens, and a bit more detail for you. So over to you, Peter.
Thanks, Greg. So we're very excited to be the joint major sponsor of the Carlton Football Club. For Mars, we've been involved in lots of different sponsorships, so Olympic Games, World Cup, but we would say the most successful sponsorship in our history in Australia was with the Carlton Football Club back in 1997, and that was the launch of M&M's Blue at the time. And we had a fantastic relationship with Carlton, so when the opportunity came up to be involved with the club, we really jumped at it. For us, this is about the popularity of the AFL. It's also about the popularity of the Carlton Football Club, the players that are involved, and also the rivalry that exists with other teams. And so we think with Mars will be a very successful partnership with Carlton.
Julian?
Greg, was it delicate negotiations to get this across the line with recent?
Look, we've had discussions with a number of parties, and so look, it was we'd spoken to Mars and we'd been talking to them for quite some time. Christmas didn't help at that stage, but it wasn't. We weren't way down the path at that stage, so we've just sort of everybody went away and took a deep breath, and we had to do as a club make some improvements and put some things in place to make sure that the club was an attractive proposition for Mars. And then once that happened, we started renegotiating, and here we are today, culminating in today. So it was a very good negotiation actually. So very fair, and we're, as I said before, we're absolutely over the moon.
Jared White spoke yesterday about the no tolerance that the players have got towards bad behaviour. Are there any behavioural clauses in this scheme that you've got?
Look, we've got the standard ones. There's no special things in it. We've got a 3-year deal. It has normal, as it should have, normal clauses in it, but there's nothing that's... look, having said all that, the clauses are almost irrelevant. I mean, we know what we have to do. We know what our partnership obligations are, and the clauses will be, sure, they're there from a legal point of view, but from our perspective, that's almost irrelevant, because we know what we're about. We know what the partnership is, and we're really confident that there's going to be no more issues. As Jared said yesterday, we've, as I said before, we've put things in place that we're really confident that the club and everybody in it will adhere to, and it's onwards and upwards for us. So,
Peter, is there a risk in sponsoring a club like Carlton, considering the club's recent issue?
I think Carlton were very clear to us on their expectation that they have of the players. I think their actions have sort of demonstrated that commitment. And as we spoke to the club, they were very clear of their expectations of the players. And certainly the discussions that we had with Chris and the leadership group was that they were very strong in their commitment, and certainly gave us a confidence about the club.
If there was any repeat, would you hesitate in withdrawing your sponsorship?
Well, clearly we've put in place a 3-year sponsorship. It's a multi-million-dollar commitment on our end, and we think that it'll go very well. We feel excited about the opportunities that are in place. I think the players here are very clear on the expectations that the Carlton Football Club has.
So are you going to release approximate value of the sponsorship?
I've been doing this job for 10 years, and I've never seen anybody put a number to a major sponsorship. But as Peter said, it's multi-million-dollar, and as I said, it's a great thing for this football club. Massive brand, internationally, recognised, and from our point of view, a great fillip for the club. So, no, the answer's no. But it's a good deal for us.
Jared said yesterday that players are aware the next person to transgress would probably be out the door. I mean, is that what the players have been told? Is it that black and white, or is it not that simple?
Look, we've had a whole range of discussions with the players on a whole range of issues. I mean, we lived a pretty horrific week that last week before Christmas, and we don't want to go through it again, and nor do the players, and nor do the rest of the club. So we've spoken in detail about behaviours. We've actually been working with the playing group, and I'm happy for Chris or Brett to jump in here, but Ray McLean's here from leading teams, and he started his employ late last year. The onus is back on the players. They've accepted that, and I think there's a real belief that we can, that won't happen again. And look, what we're about is about playing good football and about representing this club, representing the sponsors and everybody else associated with it, as best we can. And to that, that's what the players are going to uphold as well. So we're we're very confident that we've got steps in place that's not, those issues won't happen again. And if they do, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to work out it'll be a pretty serious matter.
Yeah, look, I think the players are pretty clear in their understanding of what's expected. As Greg touched on, I guess we don't want to behave well, because there's a clause in a Mars contract. We want to behave well because that's how we want to be perceived in the community, and that's how we want to be ourselves. So we put some things in place. So it's probably not the time to go through what those things are, but we're pretty confident that the behavioural standards we've set are going to be upheld.
Have you reviewed your leadership style at all and looked to modify things to perhaps put a stronger imprint on the playing group?
I guess I'm sort of constantly trying to grow as a leader. I'm still relatively young as a captain of the club, and certainly really enjoyed working with Ray McLean this year. And I think as a whole leadership group, we've taken some good steps forward in taking more ownership of the group itself.
Brett, what gives you the confidence this will be the turning point?
I think it was a lesson for everyone. I think our pre-season was outstanding, and then we had a mishap towards the end of the year. But I think with Ray and the process that we go through in reviewing it and how the outcomes will be sort of shaped going forward, I think we're in really good shape.
Do you get to have some pretty sort of deep discussions with the leadership group after what happened?
No, I think everyone's really clear on the responsibility that's taken when you leave the football club, and the men now, and they take that on. They, whether they've got the Carlton Football Club brand on with Mars, doesn't matter. They hold that everywhere they go. So I think the players really know where they're heading.
Brett, it's obviously not your job to do the wheeling and dealing, but is it a bit of a relief to know that the sponsorship is now secured and that side of the club is done, there's no distractions there, and you guys can focus on the on-field stuff?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's great. I think as we work through with their sponsorship and that, we've got that resources behind us now, and from a football department, we know we go with confidence, and the things that we need extra to succeed, we've got them in place. So I think it's really good confidence for us in 2010 and beyond. Yeah, well, we've got a whole host of products, so I'm sure we'll be getting into the odd Mars bar, but I guess Mars bars probably aren't a staple food for a footballer's diet, but sort of food we can eat in moderation and tuck into in the 8 weeks off. Sean Grigg's been getting around all week saying that Mars is the second best thing to come out of Ballarat, so it's great to strengthen our relationship with not only a strong brand in Mars but also the Ballarat area as well.
Brett, did you play in the 1997 game?
I did, yeah. It was, I suppose it was a lot different from wearing the navy blue to the light blue, and it was a fantastic, I suppose, partnership for that day, and it was something that I think it's even in our history books there of photos and things like that. So it was a day that a lot of people will remember.
Do you see this deal now as just recompense for forcing you to wear that?
No, we're very proud to have Mars on board.